I keep forgetting that this replay angle exists. Also, this is about to pull everything off my thing. Hold on. Bastard. Stay there. Right, there we go. Don't know if there's anyone else there at the moment other than Gingy, but hello. Otherwise. Oh yeah. Pretty sure Jake will be thankful for this to not be on stream anymore. Where did I put the thing? Good question. Where did I put the thing? It was up here, wasn't it? What's these here? There we go. I am a lost mess all of a sudden today. Hey, Shadow. There we go. Right. Other than that, I prepared everything else off stream. Kinda. It took me 20 minutes to do. I literally just started the laptop up, and then as soon as OBS was loadable, I kind of started a stream without anything else going up. You went to grab some Greggs. Good to hear. You see, that's the thing that's the most important at the end of the day. If you have it, right? I was thinking about it actually, and I just genuinely think there is only one Greggs in my local area. If I wanted to go to find another one anywhere else, I'd have to like catch a bus or a train. Well, it's just too far to get away to, but it's just not a priority to go to it. If that makes any sense, I don't know. Okay. You are buzzy today. Huh? Oh. I missed it. I've had a terrible week this week, I'm sorry to hear. I don't even know what's happening with weeks anymore. I don't want to play Rainbow Road. Not with Mop Bike anyways. Okay. Oh, also, is the game audio on the capture card playing on stream? Because it does occasionally cut out. On the capture card, and I don't know why. There was a lot of me before unmuting, sorry, of everything falling off the cabinet here. One of the things in which included the capture card, so. Ah, off-road stuff. 2 people in another server have made very furious. Most want to retaliate the wrong way and be violent towards them. My actions have gotten them banned from that server. Ugh. That doesn't sound pleasant for anybody. At least it's dealt with now though, right? Thanks, Nunchuck. Oh. Yeah, I might need to buy a new Wiimote, but I really don't know. Because none of these are consistent. This one's been behaving somewhat. That's like the first time in 3 or 4 days it's done that, really. I mean, is it really worth pursuing? It depends on whether or not it was an important server to you, for you to be in the first place, Shadow. If it resulted in you being kicked out of the server, then it's probably not worth going after it. Just carry on living out life away from it. Find other servers to be a part of. Find other people to that you can talk to quite comfortably. Because if you're no longer a part of it, then, you know, it's no longer a problem, right? Unless it was an important server for you to be in. Maybe that's slightly different, but it depends on how you look at it, I guess. Hey, Jake. Sorry for having your PB playing for like 20 minutes at the beginning of stream, just constantly on a loop. Whee! Why did you do the comparison for like 20 minutes? Because it took me 20 minutes to unmute the mic. Or get ready to mute the mic. Unmute the mic. Ugh. It wasn't intentional. This is annoying. Is this MC3 after the children go to bed? Maybe. Now this is just the warm-up track, Jordan. The warm-up track. Let's say I might as well play my own video game and complete every dark mission. After all, I have a dark side within me. Fair enough. Cool. Did you watch the track and ghost review stream for next update? No. And I'm like, why is there another update? We just had one. And also, I don't usually watch the ghost reveals or stuff that Bean does on stream. Wow, those wheelies were nice on those turns, right? Lol. No. Yeah, no, I don't usually watch the ghost streams or whatever. I usually save the tracks to play for myself, like firsthand. So whenever I first try out the track, that's my first experience with it. If that makes any sense. Hey, Sean. The sword emotes are gone. Oh dear. What are you going to do? Other than obviously sub to Tom yourself with your own money. Hey! You're welcome, Scorpy, and thanks for the good luck. Wait, what did Jordan say? The final ramp worth just delay tricking rather than hopping. It'd give you more momentum. No, I wouldn't know. I would have no idea. I don't usually delay trick in general. I'm not good at it. But I don't usually play tracks that require it, so probably would be, and it would probably mean that I don't bounce around like a piece of crap. You're going to cry. Don't do that. There's a new melting magma melee BKT. I wasn't going to redeem one. Oh, wait, that's Shadow and Jake. Okay. I don't usually trick in general. What, you just you just play a track, and then when you get to a trick ramp or a boost panel or anything, you just like go straight off it without getting a trick or anything. Oh God. That's the ramp I hate the most. So long. I like wheelie locking there on something. That was weird. I didn't think I was wheeling. Whatever. .369. Those were the digits that I get per point through an MC3. I'm going to cut my toes off. Lose to Thomas by .001, and that was my end of year goal. I hate that. Yeah, you got 369. You know how it feels. You know how it feels. Oh, you said you don't usually trick in general. I see. Not you. Yeah. Yeah, Russo was an interesting player. Do you know what's more interesting is what we were talking about yesterday, Jordan? How I was telling you about how I've got dyspraxia, so it's kind of a limiting factor for me on just playing the game in general. And you said it was quite impressive and that I've got like miles ahead of your time. Well, I've got like a 0.1 faster than Russo by quite a bit. And I remember watching Russo's old videos in college. Like, actually, in my break time, I'd actively log on to the college computers and just watch his old BKT attempts. I specifically remember, I think that was like one of my first times looking at the rabbit hole. It just reminded me of that then. Kind of idolized him in a way, because he had a playlist set up with all his BC64 times and everything in, where it took him from like a 232, which I think is a very standard time. And then it went all the way up to that 230 sub. At the time, I didn't really know too much about him. I think that was my biggest perception. But the reason why I have a massive playlist with all my MC3 times over the years, since 2015, is kind of because he inspired that input. Wait, what's just being said there? Yeah, Russo doesn't have the cleanest pass for Wi-Fi and TTs. Russo was almost my favourite player. That's interesting. He isn't such a bad person, but I can't blame people for their hatred for his in-game mentality. Nonetheless, that's still like heartwarming to have that motivational gain to go out and beat him though. Was on this track. I mean, I didn't really intentionally beat him. My aim was to get a 0.5, and my first 0.5 happened to beat him. I think it was more or less just to be like him. Why has this done that? What on earth? Okay, that was weird. I don't think Russo really cares enough to play the game anymore. I think after he had his records taken away, I wouldn't say he really cares, but Jordan would probably know better. There you go. I personally think he only cheated that one run, so if he came back and was serious about derusting and reclaiming his title, I think he could. Oh, Rusev's bought a Wii. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what Jordan was telling me yesterday, because I told him that I was talking to him about dysphaxia. You've got loads of players actually that are probably quite decent at the game that I've managed to pass now with this time, like Totem and Cole. You got Liam and Tom back there. Who else is back there? Unreal, who used to actually have the record on this track, got the first ever sub 119. Sean Tanny. I know we've got Ross and David, two other UK players on this track. Unreal is, yeah. I played him in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We added each other on the Switch when I saw him come back to the game, and we just played some worldwides, and we both kept picking 200cc Moo Moo because he had the worldwide tops on that track at the time, and then I had his Ghost downloaded and had been playing it, so we just top 2'd constantly. It was really fun. He occasionally likes my tweets every now and then as well. Also, this cup's leaking. It's just leaked all over my hand. That's annoying. God damn it. Ah, you bastard. It's all... Ah. There we go. Lids. Ugh. Right. There we go. Add a European top 10 on TikTok clock on regular 8 for like 25 minutes. Then I went, hang on, I don't actually care, and went back to Superior. That's funny. I think I have 156 on... What's that? Non-advantage pipe frame. Was going to go for UK and non-advantage tops. I almost got... My first ever UK top was almost on Dolphin Shoals on the original Mario Kart. On the original Mario Kart 8. Because I was aiming for the sub 2 minutes. I told Sean about this already and he was just yawning. I was going for the 2-minute sub. And I got... a 159.9, and the UK 10th UK at the time was like a 159.7, a high 7. And I didn't notice until like a year later when I looked up what the UK tops were. So I got 13th UK to just sub 2 minutes. I hate Dolphin Shoals too. I have no idea why I played it. It's my least favourite Mario Kart track. I think I played it because Nil, my friend Nilly896, likes that track. I kind of wanted to... He kept picking the track constantly in worldwide races, and I'd be like, I wanted to do something where I could just demolish him in a way that he could not get back on that track. And time trialing it was the best answer. But to be fair, he did actually play the track alongside me, which is what I wasn't expecting, because he doesn't usually time trial. Me time trialing it though made him actually want to try and play and try and beat my time, but he gave up like within the mid 2 minute region, which is more than respectable, to be honest. That track's a bastard to play. I get seizures occasionally whilst playing this game. It makes me lose complete focus, shake and drop the controller, but it only lasts for like 1 second. My stance on Mario Kart 8 is weird. I think their community dynamic is infinitely better than competitive Mario Kart Wii, but the game fucking blows. I reckon it's the worst track Nintendo's ever designed. The concept is great, but mechanically playing it is such a snore. Yeah. It's literally inside a fucking rock pool. It feels so confined and just lacks inspiration in my opinion. And the music is great, but it doesn't deserve that track. It's insulting. Yeah, no, the music's so, like, honestly, I think they should be using the music from Dolphin Shoals to teach aspects of theory in contemporary music colleges. It's actually pretty high class. Well, I mean, if you haven't actually had it checked out by a doctor, Sean, then you shouldn't be playing games until you can. Because it could lead to a proper seizure where you actually black out. And those are bad. I've witnessed those. And they could be like actual coma-inducing ones if you're not careful. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Your safety comes first. Always. Don't be stupid. Yeah, there you go. Would you ever watch me if I did a try-hard MC3 stream? Sure. Sure, yeah. I'd happily like lurk at that and just see you casually fail like a mid.0 run and be like, wow. That was great. That wasn't sarcastic, by the way. I genuinely would actually watch that. What else is here? Have I missed anything? I don't think so. No. Don't get me started on seizures. I had a classmate in high school that had constant seizures. That sounds terrifying. I'd love to see you do bullet bike as well, Scorpy. If you did it with Mike and you actually like talking through your attempts as well, that would be really interesting. Right. That scared the crap out of me. I didn't realise that was still on. Hey, Lord Soup. Daily bread. I assume that means you're... What the fuck? I assume that means you're not staying around. That was you tweeting, Scorpy, that made my tablet rumble there. Can't say I'm afraid. Fair enough. Thanks for popping by. And, sharing the bread combo. I deleted it, but I'll happily show you what happened if you want. Wait, what is this in? Like, what you just tweeted? Sure. I mean, I didn't even get to see what you actually tweeted. It just gives me a notification for you. For some reason. Oh, I do not like this. This is a terrible start. Oh my god, I don't think I would be alive on that day. Like, I haven't even lived to my 10,000th day yet. We're off on that for another 2 or 3 years, I think. I roughly know when it is. It's the 26th of April in like 2 or 3 years from now. That's my 10,000th day alive. Looking forward to it, right, guys? Oh! DS Airship Fortress. Is that a mock bike track? It is. So we've got 596, 479. What's Luke get? 526, 389. Did you say anything to it? Well, alright. That 3 was the bomb. Was it? Oh. I thought it was like a on pace to get the BKT. What the hell? Are you doing a slower strat to decrease chain importance? Fair enough. Right, it's 11 o'clock now, and I've mainly just dilly-dallied for like the majority of the stream, so... Let's try and do this, shall we? Let's actually get into this today. I've not played offline like I did yesterday. Also, hello, Souplay, by the way. I read what you said and responded to it, but I don't think I greeted you at all. And Chavis, hello. Weirdly, I read Chavis's name and greeted Souplay. It was really strange. Yeah, I've got a random time of that, guys, on my, what's it called? Peach Beach. I wouldn't direct... I don't direct negative titles towards people. It would be, like, positive things, if anything. Alrighty then, Shadow. Take it easy. Hope things with your Discord situation subside soon. Don't take it too much to heart. This sort of thing happens, especially if you have an online life. It's just a part of it. Tomorrow will be the first. What the hell are you gonna do by tomorrow? Because you suck. Oh my god, does that mean you've got the sub 120 at long last? Or you will get it tomorrow. You won't like it, but everyone else will. I feel like I don't want to stream tomorrow now. You know what? I'll take tomorrow off, so I don't have to deal with whatever you've got in mind. I'll just play offline, get the 0.3 that way. Sounds safer, sounds better. This is the first lap of the day. Sweet. I want to watch you. That sounds creepy. I gave you like 18 hours worth of footage from 2 years ago that you can watch Soup Played if you haven't watched it already. Oh, thank God. Okay. This is quick for triples. And this is shit for shrooms. Take careful notes. What on earth? What on earth would you take notes of? I think actually the stream that I linked you to is before the memes, like before shit the bed and all that stuff, and you get all the old names in chat like Noam and Daisy and Zach. And Sweetie would be there. Lord Soup would be there, though. My worldwide tops mean duck all. They are on CTs. You've got them on like really shit CTs to play though, so it's definitely nothing to shake a stick at. And especially with Mushroom Bridge, Sean, when you started to play that track, you've beaten the time that was the BKT at the time that you started the track. That's more than I could ever say I could ever do on this track, or ever will do. I'm pretty sure. Though I'm trying to do the same with Baby Park. When I started playing Baby Park, Argent's 836 was the BKT. At some point, I'd like to beat that. And I could. I've been ahead of it by quite a bit. That's a CT top to not shake a stick at as well, actually. It's another track I've beaten Russo on as well. If we're going back to the other thing that we talked about earlier, lol. But it is just an oval. There, you see? That's nothing. That's nothing to undermine it by any means. Consistency isn't easy to come by for everybody. So if you have it, then that's good. I should have carried on, to be honest. Played MC3 an hour to get a 119. I don't even remember how long it took me to get a 119. Might say in the description of my first 119 recording, who knows, but I don't know. I don't remember. Don't care. I've grinded for close to 2 months for 119. Your initial target wasn't to go for the 119 though. Soup played. You were just like, you know, going for smaller targets first, chipping away at them. And that's more of the focus, you know. You spent like a day trying to just push down your PB, then you took like a week or two to get down to the past the expert staff ghost, then you push down to the sub 121, and then you're pushing through to the mid 120s, and now the low 120s, and now it's the sub 119. Sub 120, sorry. Yeah, there you go. Your initial target was the expert staff ghost, so there you are. And hello again, Jade. I grinded Mushroom Bridge on and off for 2 years. Got to keep chipping away at it. You'll get there eventually. Yeah. It depends on when you would develop an opinion of when I started playing this track. I properly started grinding time trials generally for this track in 2016 when the Ghost database came out. But I've been playing it on and off every couple of months or so since 2014. Back when WFC was still a thing. And then my first ever record that I saw was... The first ever world record I saw was Nobro's record. All the way back in 2010. That was the first one I downloaded on my console and watched. And I remember racing against it and just setting this time with dry bones on the bubble bike, just with automatic drift but not wheeling. It's like a 135 or something. I have it uploaded on In Rankings if anyone really wants to take a look at it. One day I'll showcase it. When I finally reach a point on this track where I feel like I am done forever, I will do a comparison between that Ghost and my final PB. Whenever that will be. 118,999. That was really strange run. I remember trying so hard to play that, and it was literally just me driving. I didn't know most of the technique, the proper technique, both in the game and on the track in general. Like, literally all I knew of the track was just from watching Tyler's run and trying to piece it together. And I remember it was like, I think it was only 20 minutes into the session. I was just sat here listening through one of my favorite Arctic Monkeys albums, and it got to the section of my favorite songs on, and then I just casually drove that run, the 999, and I thought the run was another 0.3. I had to look again, and I had to look at the capture card screen because I had covered up the timer on my TV, because seeing the time and seeing the splits used to make me super anxious. So I had to look at the capture card, and I had to look twice because I thought I had finished like a 119.3 just by how bad the run was. It was a 118. But I took it as my first 118, and I was going to stop there, and then Jacob convinced me to play the track again. I carried on playing it, and here we are. I'm not getting 117. And especially not a 117.863, as cool as that would be. 117 is not happening. Not possible for me. At the very most, 118.2 is how far I think I'll be able to go before I start deteriorating. In due course, I can get 0.2, but it's not a decent target. .117 is hands down the last ever second barrier ever on this track. No. Well, yes, but no. Not for me. Yeah. I mean, if I can consistently stay behind Tyler, then yeah. I've been able to drive ahead of him barely. But have you seen the driving needed for a 117? .116's impossible. Entirely. Unless I can find a way to clip through the wall, which is also impossible. Someone would have found that by now if that was a thing. .117 is out of reach at the moment, sure, but again, see how you go. I'm pretty sure I'm coming to the end of my era on this track. Within the next 2 years or so. But then again, I also felt that I couldn't get the European tops, and Lewis kept telling me I was going to do that. And now I'm here I am technically grinding for them, but that's different. This is when Lewis came in and he underlined all my flaws for me and gave me tons of feedback and stuff that I had to work on, which I then acted on and revised to make myself better. I'm putting almost all of that knowledge to use at the moment with only very little to improve upon. And there's only so much more that I can physically do here, as we've already spoken about with my dyspraxia. So to me, I just feel like it's not physically possible or mentally possible for me to get 117. There's far too much involved in that whole concept. And I wouldn't want to anyways. It's just too much to describe. It's not happening. Let's just put it that way. I just go that far. You leaky bastard. Why the hell are you not on correctly? Why am I shit at putting lids on all of a sudden? It's because I'm squeezing the cup when I try and put it on. Oh, you dick. More issues of dyspraxia for you. I hold the cup too tightly so that I squeeze it and so the lid doesn't go on properly. Disgusting. Right. I think if you come out of your seat SC later, you should train yourself to start your left drift a little later and get that drift out. Maybe. Blackie boy found a way to remove collision here with selected inputs. Yeah, I'm sure I can find a way to do that legitimately. As a coping mechanism. What was that? Wait, what was that? What was that directed to? What did I say again? I waffled on so much I don't remember what I said. Oh, for crying out loud. I can't get this straight now. I was saying that as a mechanism to not restart or save the run. Ah. That was weird. Yeah. I mean, I think it... I commented on it being strange because it felt strange, like, physically, the analog stick wise. That one's better. Okay, 0.1, that's good. It's too far to the right. Yeah, I turned in my wheelie for some reason on that hairpin exit. That was going really well. Would have died on lap 3 anyways. That was interesting. That's good then. That could have been a 1-5 with a decent last corner. Oh, that one. Hold on, let's take a look again, shall we see? Why did you save the run? Because it was good. Like lap 2 was really strong for what it was worth. That was a weak beginning. That was a weak hairpin. Good shroom. That caught me back up again. That was okay, not ideal. Late last turn. That was alright. That was alright. That was good. I was a bit hesitant because I didn't want to go too tight there. That was good. And then I turned. Did you see me turn in the wheelie just at the end to the right? I thought I held the analog stick too far over. How much time did I... Hold on, let me take a look at that again. How much distance did I change from Tyler there? Because that might have actually been a 25 pace lap fail. Or a very low 0.0. Maybe. But then again, it could also be the only thing that I get in this session, like the European tops fail. That I randomly just had out of nowhere. Actually, no, that was timed okay. For what it was worth, at least from what I could tell. Yeah, I went wide preemptively there, so I lost a bit of time. Here, I gained some on Tyler again. That was at least 0.20, I'd say. Okay. It's like you suffered the most coming out of the shortcut. At the end of the lap? Probably. That's my weakest area. But for what it was worth, I think it was decent. For what it was alright. because you got a 0.1 lap one, I race a ghost. That means you technically have to do that once every session, Jake. At least once every second session. Because I get, on average, at least 1.1 lap 1 every session. Except for the last one yesterday. And then you just randomly PB'd yesterday, so... Let's carry on and not get anything else for the rest of the night, shall we? It was good for what it was worth, considering the alignments and like the timing that you were given and that you executed on the track. It was good for what it was worth. You can blatantly do better though. It's kind of what I was saying to you earlier on Discord. You'll race your boyfriend. What? Bradley? Why on earth would you race his ghost? Or Jacob? You will not learn anything from Bradley. His time doesn't do anything worth learning from. Teammate 6 reasons. Oh god. Ah, Ningamer. There's a lot of stuff that he knows how to do with those potatoes. You're racing Tyler. That what? This ghost? Or like Tyler's 120 or something? Tyler's 120 has quite a high 0.1 lap. So if you were trying to aim for a 0.1 lap 1, then it might be decent to play against, but it's not really too much different at that level for his 107 lap 1, which is like a 140 something. Oh, I've put too much time investment in knowing the world records on this track. The 107. Fair enough. Just remember when it's Tyler, with his ghost coming out of the third turn, align to the right of him. Or like slightly to the right of him, because then you can get a better hairpin than he does. Because he always goes a little bit too far to the left, especially in his 107 from what I remember. If you just align a little bit to the right of him, then you should get better hairpins. It's like the only thing I can do better than him consistently. I can get a fucking run. Well, actually, no, I think his lap 1... I don't remember his 107 for shit. My god. I think his lap 1 is correct, but his 2 and 3 are slightly to the right of him. You know what? It would be even easier if Tyler was just here and he could just tell us this stuff. He's done that once, actually, and I felt really embarrassed. Where I was talking to Nick about MC3, and I was lecturing him about what I perceived to be the errors in Tyler's time or something at the time to Nick on stream. And then Tyler himself was lurking at the stream, and he was like, actually, no, this is what happened. He just corrected me. He just came out of lurking and corrected me. Oh. I love that. Oh. What's your most common lap 1 split? Mine's 262. I actually don't know. I really don't know. I can't think of a time specifically. I get 262s, but then I also get, you know, like 258s or 247s, 232s, 238s, 223, 222, 220, 202, 205. I don't know. I'm saying numbers. I could say anything. I really don't know. Hey, Lewis. Yeah. That's what I get as well. I didn't like that triple. I messed that up on well, not on purpose, but I messed that up with like realizing that I messed it up and carried on messing it up that first turn. You thought you stopped torturing yourself with MC3, did I? When? Or are you talking to Jake, I assume? I managed to I think I managed to convince Jake to try playing against some ghosts, Lewis, to try and fix some of his alignments and the way that he does the double. Because he recently PB'd and got like 379, but the run is all over the place. And Jake hates it, so I suggested for him to play a ghost. He chose Tyler's 107. Actually, you would probably... be able to, like, point out what that ghost does right and wrong more than I could, actually. If you remember it. So, Jake would know what to look for. You were talking to me. I don't remember what I said about torturing myself with MC3. I haven't got point 3 yet, so obviously I have to carry on until I get it. I got a really good run today, Lewis. Well, not a really good run, but I was on a really good pace lap for second lap. It was like a very low 0.0, and I got like a 0.1 lap 1. Yeah, there's a clip of Jake's run. Didn't you say you wanted to try and get the US tops as well, Jake? Like in the distant future. So it might be a good idea if you raced those, but I really don't know. The only ghost I would recommend to you is Noblo, because you and him seem to drive the same, from my perception. And you're practically on par with that ghost now, so there's no point. So I don't have anything else to recommend. Choose your own ghost. You're going to attempt USA tops in the future. Nice. You're still PR'd, yeah. I keep telling him it's decent for it was worth. It's a step in the right direction, yeah, for sure. I can understand hating a run, but I keep saying, you know, for what it was worth, you dealt with all the situations that the track threw at you well. I never question what I get, I take it with pride and analyse it later. That's what I did with this run, Jordan. This 434 that I have as my current PB was set like on my sister's birthday, and I was just like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And I took a break for 2 days. I came back, looked at it, realised that the endings were just utter crap, and then I was just like, oh, I hate this run. I didn't analyse the run, I just watched it. Analyse it, Lewis. Do your in-depth analysis. Hello again, Sean. If you want me to analyze it, you got to wait a little bit. I'm doing something. Okay. Well, I guess it's actually up to Jake if he wants it to. If he wanted to or not. Oh my god, he's proposing again. God damn it, Sean, why? Ugh. Wait, what did I restart again? I guess it was something like this. I would have hit the pipe. Or something similar. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. You can analyze it if you wish. That's a yes. There's one before the shortcut. After the hairpin, I was probably too far to the left. It would have given me a very squiffy shroom and exit. If I even made it around there at all, it would probably not save me any time. A smooth triple mini turbo. I didn't even take note of it. It must have been only slightly better than average, I guess. I don't know. If it was smooth, it was smooth. My bad for just not like trying to make the thing work, but I guess the hairpin did not go well. Okay, well let's I would assume I restarted on an angle that took me past those set of green blocks, which if I went to do the shroom, I'd have had to do this. And it would have just thrown off the entire thing at the end. I slipped off the analog stick. On the hairpin. So I just kind of like flopped back up and I was just like, oh, well, dead. There's no way I can redeem that. Yeah, Tyler doesn't have a very strong beginning in his in his 107. Well, Tyler doesn't really do the beginnings too strong in most of his runs, I think. Hello again, Scorpy. Now that was a good... That was going to make for a good triple mini turbo if I managed to make it work. You're taking a break from studying physics to now study an MC3 clip. Hello again, Soup Players. Oh yeah, Lewis. I don't know what's happening, but Souplade threatened to do something on stream tomorrow that everyone will happily like, but I won't like. So I'm not streaming tomorrow. You can blame him for it. That was funny. Oh, right on the edge of my fingertips. Tits, whatever. Tits. We'll have tits now. Tits for everyone. Yay. That shroom was really randomly good. Finger tits, yeah. It's right at the end of your fingertips. That was an impression of me licking my fingers, by the way. That sound. I found a record that was so off. It was a Korean record, and it was so strange to me. Weird. I tried. I really tried, but it happened again. Oh, that was a strong second to last turn. I caught up to Tyler just a tad. What is that? Please stream tomorrow. I promise I won't do a bad thing. No. I'm not taking any chances. Oh, a capacitor. I assume that was... It seems like Sean and Lewis are talking about capacitors now. Everyone's just randomly talking about computers. Soup played spamming stuff, and that's interesting. God damn it, you bastard analog stick. Ugh. There we go. Watching you is one of the best parts of the day. Then watch the past broadcast that I gave you. I got an idea. How about I make him stream tomorrow by donating 5,000 bits? Shabbos, please don't put money into this. I don't deserve it. Not unless I PB. Then I deserve it. Now that looks nothing like me. That looks like some fat guy sitting in McDonald's when you're like, the price has just increased by like 3%. He's like, no. That's better. Better emote. I just want you to stream. I'm streaming right now. You get this. Live in the now, Soup played. The emote Astro posted is when you run out of soy milk. We have soy milk in our house now. I believe my mum can't drink regular milk anymore, so she has to have soy. It's interesting. More milk for me though. We don't want fat, Sean. No, we don't want fat. Thankfully, that's never actually happening. When your girlfriend's new boyfriend doesn't buy you the Switch. My name is pronounced... That's how his name's pronounced. Alright. This next one, let's PB. Yes? No? Okay. Now you can stream tomorrow. Wait, what? Why? Me, I was gonna debut tomorrow. That didn't make you stream. It's a Soup Played me. It's going to be called Soup Played with a Star. Why the hell would I not like that? Can you explain what GCSE is? GCSEs are the after school, are kind of like the end of school exams. Yeah, so like in the last year of secondary school, be the equivalent of high school, I believe, in America and whatnot. You have to study for a year and then just take exams and whatnot in order to get grades to then go on and do other shit. It's when you're 60. Was it 18? Oh, the exams you take when you're 16, then you have A levels you take at 18. Or BTECs, that's what I did, because I'm more simplistic. I'd hate to be a student during this pandemic, me too. Me too. Most of my friends were in uni for their final year when the lockdown hit, Jordan. A lot of them had a really fun time doing shit. Yeah, no. BTECs are more assignment based, and as long as you can stay on top of things, which I barely did, then BTECs are cool. Oh my god. My art GCSE was a nightmare. It was enough to put me off doing art and anything completely. It was horrible. It's really sad. Kind of miss doing art. Anyways, now you can stream tomorrow. Maybe I won't. Just to please myself. I chose to take no art subjects, i.e. music, art, etc., since I don't like being marked over opinion and taste. Yeah, it can be really tough to do that, but being marked over something like that is one thing, but it also allows you to develop an ability to listen to other people's opinions and you know, have your own work critiqued. Art was really beneficial of that because the art teachers, or the art teacher that we had for GCSE was really particular with the style of art that they liked, and so they were super critical on anything that they didn't like. And I really hated that at first, but like because we had that for the entire year, I got more used to that. So that when I went off to college, I could be a lot more respectful for other genres of music that I personally don't like listening to. Because, you know, you can kind of respect it in the same way as your own creation. Not everyone's going to like what you make. But as long as what you make is for you, then it's fine. And sometimes criticism toward it is actually good. Being marked towards it is the same, it's good. It can be painful to do it, and you might not like it, but it's good to have that because you can, if you are smart enough, better your abilities over it, if that makes sense. But yeah, no, it was enough to put me off art, but it was enough to make me learn about it so that I was better with coping with what I had to do in my music stuff, if that makes any sense, I guess. Art subjects should be judged on a whole different field because it's not academic. Wait. Yeah. If I went back to school, I wouldn't have taken any art subject. Biggest regret. Yeah. Oh, that's actually true. I'd agree with that, actually. They were a lot harsher in some of the creative subjects than they were in just general subjects like maths and English and everything. But I think the world kind of works like that to some extent. Just generally. If anything, secondary school made me lose my creativity. Yep. No, that happens. Doing work in any creative subject can kind of easily burn you out. Definitely done that to some extent with me. It's why I kind of struggle with my... Well, actually, college kind of burnt me out with music, but I'm kind of regaining it. Working with the studio, sorry. And now that the pandemic started, I kind of just don't really have anything. What was I going to say? I was going to say something else. I've drawn a blank. Probably wasn't worth it. I think... Oh, yeah. If I were to go back to school, instead of doing art, I might have done photography. But then my Instagram page would have probably been an art page instead of a photography one. Because I would have been burnt out on photography instead. I don't know. I got an A star. Got an A star, A level, so I have that going for me. That's cool. But I cannot be fucked working on computers. Oh, A star in IT. Why did I not see the IT? If you played off stream, you could do much better. I do much better. But I feel like streaming my attempts is means I'm not completely wasting my time, because if I play for like 2 hours off stream and I do nothing, I'm sat here in silence and I'm not talking to anybody. I feel like I'm wasting my time. Whereas if I play on stream, then I'm chatting to people and this is my only way of social interaction, first of all, at the moment. And then there's also the option for people to donate bits and follow and promote the stream at other places, so I kind of benefit from it. I understand your point, though. Yeah, that's true. Progressing slower does suck. But if I were to do the same session and get the same result off stream, then I would be a lot more negative about it. I would take it out on myself as well. Whereas this doesn't lose anything because it's a form of entertainment for other people. And then if I preview on stream, then it's an added bonus. That's what I did yesterday, Scorpy. I warmed up off stream and then I came on stream and played. That's why I jumped straight into it rather than today I had a 20-minute session. What would you do with a geography degree? I have a geography GCSE, and that was my highest grade that I got in school, the GCSEs. And I've done fuck all with that, but then again, you can't really do much with GCSEs. They're more like a platform to just go to the next point in your life, really, aren't they? Yeah. I feel like they're just like a qualifying mark for whether or not you get into your school sixth form. Because all my grades were all like C's, is one of the reasons why I actually didn't get into my school sixth form. Or at least I didn't get into the sixth form to do the subjects that I wanted, which was music. And I had to do two other subjects as well. So I went to college instead, and it was a lot better. That was a weird turn. That was a weird triple as well. That's too far to the right. Ah, crap. I will sit in my corner. Oh, and I can shroom with my crotch. That's a talent. What the hell? Oh, this is school stuff. Better figure out a reason to study geography, or you might hate it when you face academic and professional problems that come. Outside of maths and English, they're the only things that matter, yeah. Were you an average Joe like me? Me, as in like... I got C's, mainly C's, 1 D, and that was in fucking media. I just could not get the hang of media. I just didn't know what it was doing. And I got 2 B's, which is... Actually, no, I got B's in all of my sciences, and then a B in geography, and I almost got a B in maths, and then everything else was C. I did the extended... I did the... What's the other one? I did my science GCSEs in the year before, because I was in the top class for science for some reason, so we just did them earlier, and I got all C's in them, and I didn't even realise they were my actual GCSEs. I just came in one day, and we were like, okay, here's an exam, do shit, and I'm like, oh, wait, what? Why is this happening? And I thought it was just maybe like a practice exam, because I knew they were coming up within the next year. And then I did the exam, I did that, and then one day, like within the following summer holiday, I got a little letter saying, right, so these are your grades for your science GCSE, and I'm like, what? When did I do this? You bastards! Didn't even know it, but I got all C's in them, so I couldn't complain. And then the extended versions, we did science again for some fucking reason. And I got B's in that, so that was good. My god, there's so much of this. I'd like to study film editing and film in general. I think that was what media was that. It was like that there. I like how we're just having like a discussion about like academic stuff and schools and everything, and Sean's just in the middle there like, shit the fucking bed! Just in the middle. My school was too poor to have computer science classes. Penis room. I got a B in English, C's in everything else. That's good. You're going to go to sleep earlier than usual. I feel like I need sleep. Good night. That's a smart move. Take it easy then, Sean. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you sleep well. ISAs. I was in high scep for English, but middle for everything else. Core, additional, and something else. Yeah, I think it was core and additional. I just got the Yoshi Falls flap auto cartwheel record. Cool. I didn't realise that was a category, but I guess it is. I guess there's a category for everything. Vivbot, you can't rank yourself up, you idiot. Wasn't an art degree equal... What? Wait, wasn't art degree equals to being an art critique? Probably not. I think, like, critiquing art and, like, judging it would actually be a proper profession. That was going to be good if I didn't do that, bastard. And we're dead. I do commissions online, so that's about as far as it's gotten me. Would you actually, like, get paid to do commissions and stuff, Jordan? Because if that's the case, then that's more successful than me. I don't get anything from any of my music at the moment. But kind of got a pandemic at the moment. Sometimes it's big money. That's really cool. It's actually... I would definitely call that a success. I know. This year was the year that I was supposed to be working on finalising some music and actually creating an EP. The studio were going to help me with that, and then actually kind of... Because they were trying to set up their own label for the studio. And I was going to be one of the first artists to go on that, but I think that's been put on hold at the moment, considering the pandemic's been going on. Which is annoying, but, you know, work with what we got. I did have an email, like, last month, though, that I haven't responded to from one of the people saying, hey, so, I think we've got the studio hard drive here. What do you want us to take a look at to finalise? And I just didn't respond to it, because I didn't know. And then I've just forgotten. Well, the careers I can think of where you probably draw are graphic designing, modelling for computers, digital art. But what they ask for is fucking weird. All I say is furry community. Right. Say no more. Yeah, I hope so too. The newest song that I put together, which is actually on a SoundCloud now, if you didn't know already. Managed to put that together with my friend in lockdown, just like in our respective homes, about just over the internet. Draw a lot of lewd stuff. I try to keep it to humans, though. That's probably a good thing. A friend was getting paid for making NSFW models. Oh boy. Wait, did I just unplug that? Okay, it's still working. Good. Okay, well this is good enough for a shroomless run. Whatever. There's a lot you can do openly, connotate words like lewd. It's more of an idea or concept than a defined word, so infinite vast variety of what you can really do with it. That's true. I have two sides to art. There'd be the soup, that's nice, and there'd be the soup, what the fuck, that's awful. I think that's just art in general, really, isn't it? Or any creative element. I think I just have one default and like, wow, that's awful. To myself, and everything else is good. Why did I do that? Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I listened to 2011, 2012 pop hits to focus on time trials. It's easy to listen to, and it's a nostalgia trip as well. It'll have to be the even earlier 2000s for me, if anything. I feel like there's such a contrast between like the early 2010s to the early 2000s in like pop music. Honestly, there's such a big jump between them. And your playlist starts playing cardiac arrests, and you're just left in the dark with abstract thoughts. I can listen to anything other than Screamo 10's rap. I can listen to most things. When I get a .3, I'll do like a Spotify a Spotify playlist. I'll compile a Spotify playlist, sorry, of all the things that I found on Spotify. Ten's rap is awful. It's probably better than today's rap, to be honest. Oh. Yeah, didn't you say, Lewis, you were gonna like try and move to America at some point in the future, or at least somewhere else, when you're able to, if you are able to? I feel like that's something that you said. Ah, what was that? Oh. So I think Sean mentioned something like that. Wait, what did I say? You eventually get your foot in the door and set sail in the world of science. In the wide world of science. So I think Sean mentioned something like that. I don't recall it, unless you mean the other Sean. You're going to move from Colombia, where I am able to, probably to the States, Canada, or Germany. If you end up coming to Germany, let me know. I will take the first train to Germany and meet you there. We'll take a trip down to Spain, and you can teach me all the Spanish words. Which I'm pretty sure I've told you about this already. Oh. I've only had a couple of friends who live in South Latin America, and from the sounds of it, there's hardly any real opportunities there. It's a shame. We can swear in German together. Scheiße. Yes. Ich scheiße meine Bed. Don't know German. Right. I want to meet Sean in real life someday. You'll have to ask him to go to America then. If there are any German in chat, please excuse me for what I am going to say. And translate in German. Oh my god. Can I go to Britain and meet you there? You can go to Britain if you really want to. Meeting me is a whole different thing. Obviously. You have to be careful about people on the internet. I've said this yesterday. I've only ever met one internet, or technically 2 internet friends in real life now. And that was over a year ago now. And it wasn't Bradley. And I've known Bradley for 7 years. Coming up to like 8. You can trust in Sean because he is too busy demotivating himself. The UK is a lot broader, I guess. Like, you don't need a degree. You can do apprenticeships and whatnot. I've met a lot of people from Mario Kart Wii IRL. You've actually been to like the LAN stuff, haven't you, Jordan? I think. Me, Bradley, and Jacob were all gonna first meet at like the LAN that was planned to happen in London, and then it got cancelled or something. I try and attend the Mario Kart 8 LANs whenever I can. Interesting. I didn't know that those existed. I didn't take much notice of them. I'm the idiot in the Mario onesie. I think I'm a part of the New Leaf Esports Discord server. I think you just invited me at some point. Yeah, I am. That's interesting. Oh my god, this looks really cool. Well, you stand out. I don't recognize anybody else here. This is all Mario Kart 8 stuff then, I assume. It looks like quite a good collective amount of people. And you actually had trophies! Oh my god! I want to go now. I might have a chance of winning a trophy. Probably don't, because I'm shit, but still. A lot of lawless places in the world were rather rigged. I was in Mario Kart Wii stand through. Jamie was there. He had European record on BC Wii. That's interesting. I can't recall, but is that like the I've just drawn a blank. What else is happening? Colombia is fucked up where, in terms of liberating rules, the companies are interested in the young people whose ages are less than 35. If you're older than, let's say, 40, it is harder for you to find a job. That's really weird. The only tourneys near me are Smash tourneys at my local comic hobby shop. Yeah, Smash tourneys are probably the easiest ones to go for. FW Stevens. Can't remember anyone else. It's really nice, honestly. Most of the time they're quite different from their internet personas. Yeah, yeah, that is very true. I know that for certain. Ah, well, it's nice you managed to meet people like that as well. I haven't had very many opportunities for that, and I'm not too sure if I would actually go anymore because there's not really too much to do there. But it would be a lot easier if I just went to Bradley's house or vice versa. But it seems pretty nice. Couldn't recommend it more. Maybe I'll look into it someday then. And of course when there are no pandemics happening. And even then they're like, fuck it. Really? What, like they did it in the pandemic? Lewis gets his Spanish citizenship. Oh my god. If my dad gets his Spanish citizenship, then I will earn it too, that means. That's really cool. Move to Spain. I'll come and see you in Spain. There are places I want to go in Spain. Lewis, you'll have to take me there because you understand Spanish. So... Hey, you could do a meet up with Russo or something. I think Russo actually lives near the... Well, actually, no, I don't know where Russo lives at all, but I think he lives near the area I'd like to visit the most. But I really don't know. Not during the pandemic, but people you never got on with over the internet, you meet at LANs, and they're very chill about whatever. Russo is near Marbella. Don't know where that is. Then I've complete. I don't even. Yeah. Let's pretend we are foreigners in Spain. Oh wait. My parents own a place in Marbella. That's actually really cool. We'll stay at Jordan's parents' place then. All sorted. I moved on the last turn, so I just slowed down a little bit there and went into the dirt. I'm in the UK, like 5 minutes away from Sean. Yeah, no, Jordan's quite close. Don't know if it's quite 5 minutes, but I know it's very close. You're the closest person I know. You're the closest person. Wait, no, you're the. You live the closest to me out of everyone that I know online. There we go. Whew. Yeah, no, we've not met. You'd probably be the easiest person to meet as well, actually. Like, out of everyone on the internet, literally just requires me to get a train, I think. Something. If you played competitive Mario Kart Wii Wi-Fi, there's like 30 people within our distance. It's actually nutty. I did not know that. You're the only person I knew. or know of. Well, I guess that would make sense because I'm more of a time traveler. Southeast England is insane for players. That's the first I've ever heard of it. That's really cool. There's a player in some team a couple of years back who I never heard of. What's it like in WFC stuff? Turns out he grew up with people I grew up with in school. Such a small world. That is cool. You know something? This reminds me of a little story. I'll tell you something now. Jacob and Jordan, or Jacob also goes by IDK_maniac on Twitch, or just maniac in the community. He and his girlfriend, Jordan, also called Jordan, ironically, they came down from all the way up in Lincolnshire. It's like South Lincolnshire. The BC3 guy. Yeah. I think. He got like a 201 on there. He was going for UK tops on there for a while. But yeah, no, he and his girlfriend came down to visit me around this time last year. They live about 3.5 hours away. It was literally like less than a month after Jacob got his driving license. He drove down in like a really old red hatchback to come down and see me. And he and Jordan, I believe they went to the same primary school, or at least Jordan went to the same primary school and grew up with someone throughout primary school who ended up going to the same university as my cousin. And they weren't only just at the same university, they were on the same course. So there was someone who one of my best online friends' girlfriend knew in primary school was on the same course in university at the same university that my cousin was on. And I found that out because I got quite close with Jacob's girlfriend. We Snapchatted each other quite a lot and added each other on social media and everything. And then when they came down to visit, this is a while beforehand. They also got acquainted with my family. So my cousin is quite close to me as well. We've been best friends for as long as I remember. And yeah, when they decided to exchange contact with each other, I think my cousin and Jordan decided to follow each other on Instagram, and then they saw this one person. That same person who was like a mutual follower between the two of them, or a mutual friend. I think they added each other on Facebook, actually. It was so cool, though, to think that, someone grew up with someone else that I would later know in my life, to then go and meet someone that I grew up with for my entire life. And we are like 3.5 hours apart from each other. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool connection. I wonder how many people are near me that play Mario Kart Wii. Do other European foreigners need a visa to enter the UK now that they are no longer in the EU? I do not know. Yeah, Jordan's just as clueless as I am. They say, ugh. I think you do, yeah. I don't know where to start. Do I ask around? Maybe. You know of Liam Ashcroft, right? I think it was him who went to the same college as being the same, yeah, the same university. Yeah, I think he just finished studying at like university a year or two ago at the same place that Mr. Bean went to. It's actually a similar story for us, Jordan. I'm pretty sure we established a while back that we both went to the same college as each other. That's a connection to be in it. That is quite interesting, isn't it? We were in the same college. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, the UK is like as small as like a US state for the most part, so it's quite easy for people to kind of intertwine and connect with each other. How long were you there for? I was only there for a year. I was there for 2.5 years, I think. Because I did a level 3 BTEC. 2000, it was like 2015 to 2017. That was how long I was there for. I don't know if that falls under the same time frame. That's very true. That's good advice, Lewis. Yeah, you don't know who you would meet on the internet, so just be wary. That's why I'm quite protective, I guess. But it makes sense because you never know. I've had someone threaten to come and find me and break my wrist. And that was someone within like the Mario Kart communities as well. They got so annoyed with me. They genuinely threatened to do that. So you never know how anyone's going to act. It's quite scary. To some extent sometimes, but there are people out there that you can trust. You just need to find them. I'm very fortunate to have, I guess, found the people like Jacob and Jordan, his girlfriend. Because the reason behind why we ended up meeting up last year is more in depth than I think people realise. And I certainly do not take it for granted. Yeah. Who would be annoyed with you? You're so wholesome. Well, not everybody acts. Not everybody gets pleased with everyone. You could do everything right. You can act so nicely toward people, but it doesn't mean that people are going to be happy with you. Especially anyone who's incredibly arrogant and egotistical. If I respond with honesty and they feel like they're kind of being attacked, which I guess with this person specifically they did, then they could get quite defensive. Yeah, that's very true. If everyone got on with everyone, that'd be living a lie. I also wasn't very liked, or not very liked in school. A lot of the girls didn't like me in school. I know that much. The guys just didn't really give a shit. They were just like, yeah, I kind of exist. They were kind of cool with me. But the girls were massive bitches. And I was nice. I was genuinely quite nice to everybody, so there wasn't really much of a reason for them to be like that. I guess I just think it was them. It's nothing personal. I wasn't all popular in school either. I was the weird kid, so whatever. Yeah. I remember my first interaction with Ace Beaton was half a decade ago. Wanted to fight me IRL, but now we're great friends. I wasn't at all... Alright, I've already read that. Girls in secondary school are fucking weird. Yeah. What's Lewis been saying? I've kind of been skipping over it. Yeah, that's a good point as well, Lewis, actually. It wasn't so much of me as a musician as it was just me critiquing. I was commenting on something, and he obviously took it as like a personal attack, I guess. Yeah, they would do the strangest shit for the strangest motives. Oh, I can't even... I don't even know if I can begin to think of any, but there were some very strange situations that I've been caught in. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Hey, what's Supla been talking about? Well, I don't like a certain someone because he gets records and BKTs out of spite rather than playing for himself. Interesting. Some people hate others because they see their shadow self-protected in you. AKA you have some dark traits which they have, and that makes them mad. That's a weird way of looking at it. No, well, you never know with this sort of thing. And the thing is, you can't really truly make an assumption and just believe it. But when you go that in depth with things, it's best just to leave it alone. Like, I'm thankful enough to know to that guy that threatened me. Wasn't actually being serious. He was kind of just talking out of being mad. And obviously I was able to block them. And I'm fortunate enough to have actually never had any contact with them again. I hope that they are comfortably able to get on with their lives, and I've comfortably been able to get on with mine. That was good until I did that. Oh, you shitbag. Wow. I slipped off the analog stick. It wasn't someone on Miiverse, no. It was over Discord. There've been several people like that. When I was younger, I was constantly criticised for my eyes, and surprisingly this is the trait that most of the people compliment about me physically. That's really strange. That's kind of ironic, I guess, as well. Damn. Kids can be really vicious. So many people don't even realise, especially in school, they can snowball into adulthood. Yeah. In middle school, this one kid called me fat. Luckily, I'm able to shrug it off. Yeah, that's good. Someone did walk up to me, like, toward the end of my GCSE year, out of all things, when you would think that people would just be a bit more civilized. Someone walked up to me to try and insult me and get a reaction out of their group of friends. And I just said, okay, and walked off. Probably the best way I've actually reacted to anything like that in my life. I just didn't care toward the end of the year, to be honest. I was like, I want to leave this place. I make a compliment out of it. Of course you would. I already know I'm overweight, so what does it matter? Most it matters is that they have a problem with it, I guess, which is actually worse for them if they're expressing it. There were two guys in the school always making jokes about my eyes. I thought my eyes were big, but then I realised my eyes are okay, and they were two retards wishing that to have bigger eyes. You're not overweight, you have big bones. Yeah. Weight shouldn't matter. I'm literally skin and bones. It's something that I can be self-conscious about, but then I just don't care. Other people don't really care. Not anymore, anyways. I went to a Church of England school. I wasn't a bully archetype, but there was this one short traveller kid that went around bullying my friends, so I hooked him on the end of a coat hanger and busted him up. Wow. It's weird to think that skinny people make fun of people who are overweight. Like, you realise they could sit on you 6 ways to Sunday. They could. I don't know. For me personally, though, I never make fun of anybody because I don't think I'm the best looker anyways. I'm just a long, thin pencil with really bad arms and legs. I've got my own problems to deal with. Some other people just like making their problems other people's. I don't know. It's weird. It's only ever okay to make fun of someone else's body when they're ugly on the inside too. And they start a feud with you to begin with. Yeah? Yeah. it's like one of the people, I actually find contentment with the fact that one of the people that used to really bully me in primary school and I guess somewhat secondary school just looks... They turned out to be quite a horrible person. It doesn't seem like most people like them, but they just look like a bag of shit, really, to say the least. But they just turned out to be this really chavvy person that just has a terrible appearance. They've developed a terrible reputation. And I see them around sometimes and they just look like, well, for lack of a better word, a failure. It kind of gives me some sort of contentment inside to know that I can look at them and I'm like, they turned out a lot worse than I did. Like, I could just look at them and I just see them from a distance. I'm like, I have it better off. To me, that's kind of like a failure. Oh, okay. We'll do this now. One of the known school bullies ended up on the Wait. This is part of something. Or maybe just a city person, I don't know. One of the known school bullies ended up on Jeremy Kyle. So if that doesn't scream failure, I don't know what does. Yeah, there you go. Try and find the VOD. Wow, it actually landed on restart. And I didn't even intentionally press A. Anyways, I'll do one more lap one. And then I will be done for tonight, I think. This is an interesting topic of conversation that we've managed to get ourselves into. One more point one lap one? No. Just one more lap one. Well, it depends on the occasion. In the case where you're joking with someone, then it's totally understandable unless you hurt her or his feelings. Yeah. Girl with the red hair. Jeremy Kyle, I like this title. Jeremy Kyle, you'll show fans in hysterics over guests. Slicked back mullets. And Miami Vice style. Oh boy. I'll probably look at that later. You can already tell just by the way they look. It's just that typical look of people like that in Britain. I swear. In South America, people get used to jokes and insults between friends and shit. My mum calls me Padejo sometimes and I totally laugh. Yeah, when it's like that, then it's completely fine. Sometimes I call her Pendeja and we are fine with it. That's completely fine then. Yeah. Like, you even kind of small joke about stuff like that in here, Lewis, and it's just fine. It's all totally fine. Jeremy Carl bursts into laughter after show guest. Very honest. Why? Why did this happen? Oh dear God. Okay. Well, that's another one for later on then. It's about a girl you went to school with. Oh my God. Alrighty then, Lewis. Thanks for stopping by. It's great having you around today. I was a chat and a half for sure. Hope physics stuff goes well and all. And I'll try and do one last lap one for you. And this could be it. I don't want this to be it. Alright. Let's finish this session. Come on. Going to now not play a ghost. At least you played a ghost for a decent amount of time, I guess. I recommended for Jake to start trying to play a ghost so he can fix up his driving in areas. But then the best thing to do would actually be, I think, with this track specifically, I think you need to learn, like, have an ability to both drive a ghost and not drive a ghost and be able to still play well enough. Because admittedly, I've developed too much of a dependency on having Tyler's 088 here. I need to change that soon. Take it easy then, Jordan. Thanks for hanging out. It was great talking to you again. That was fun. Probably not going to miss too much. Rest of the stream, I'll probably get a lap one right now, right? Yeah, I think I need to give this a proper grind offline because so far, recently, more offline sessions have been better than online ones, other than the European top fail that I got. That'll do. Okay. I'll do. GG stream, GG everything. Yeah, it actually really saddens me that people just talk about like a previous strat that was on here for a majority of the time and then they kind of just alienate it as an inferior strategy or something with like almost no respect for it in a way. It's sad, but you know, that's what happens. But to be fair, I think time trialing in general, specifically revolving around world records and everything, has a lot more interest than it used to. And there are a lot more new players around, thanks to CTGP and whatnot. People hate OH strats entirely and want them taken away. What the fuck are you on about? Well, as in, like, this former world record is so old, it shouldn't count as a world record anymore. And, like, it doesn't count as a world record anymore. But it doesn't mean that it loses the fact that it was a world record once upon a time. No, OH strats will never go away, technically. Have to have had a first for the game. That'll do. That'll do for today. So, thanks to Soup Played. I guess I have tomorrow off from streaming to play this game, which means I'll give it a hard try just on my own, see if I can do anything. Maybe I'll point 3, maybe I won't. We'll see. Who's this guy? Jack. Just a Jack. Just randomly there. Anyone know who that is? I don't know who that is. All these times are quite close to each other. Maybe I should do a comparison maybe one day. Maybe. Compare you and Kenny's time if you really want me to. This is not Kenny's time anymore. Or do you mean this time of Kenny here, the 380, or his actual current PB? Wherever the fuck that is here. I assume the 3.8. Never mind, yeah. But I remember him setting this time. I remember him setting this time, like, just as I was finishing up a cooking stream with my sister. Pretty cool that I'm, like, only a few places away. Thanks to Jake moving up, I'm now closer to Kenny than I was before. Or maybe... Actually, no. When was my time set in comparison to Bint and your time? 16th, so... And yeah, obviously... I don't remember when you set your 0.3, Jake, but it was after that I got my 4.34, wasn't it? So no, I'm actually further away from Kenny. At least... since when you and Bint... Yeah, there you go then. I was just one place. I had Nick sandwiched between me and Kenny beforehand. Good times. Wow. What did he do on lap 3? I told Jacob to go for this run and he really didn't want to play the track again. So this was a very forced PB on his behalf. I just made him go for it for some reason. Okay. Enough for today. Shush. Right, I guess we're going to find someone to host then. Let's see. No stream tomorrow, nah. Suplay didn't want one. He said, like, oi mate, don't fucking stream tomorrow, right, you prick? And then I was like, okay, sorry Suplay. I don't know. I feel like I should try doing some offline stream attempts. Today's attempts were really decent, but I stopped to talk a lot of the time, so I didn't really get a chance to play as much as I wanted to. I did try focusing more on playing. Yeah. Hey, Matty. I am finishing off now, yeah. But I did... Oh, you bastard. Why does that come up like that? Matty, you've got your Matty... No, this is... Why is Chavis here? I got a 0.1. I don't remember what it was. I think it was a 183 or something. A 2618 something. Or 19 something. And then I kept with Tyler's Ghost really well. Until the hairpin where I fucked up the mini turbo release. So I technically, at the very, very best, had between a very high 25 lap 2 coming in or a very low 26.0, depending on how well my ending went. Knowing me, it would have probably lost some time, so it would have probably been at the very best at least like a 02. And then I've had some decent driven lap 1s here and there, which I kind of threw away at the ending. That's all the decency that was here. Yeah, stream's over. I'm about to host someone. Let's take a look. Who is here? Who is here? Well, Vincent's playing, and I kind of owe him for that one time that he raided me. Jared's playing, Mega's playing, Brewdog's playing. Oh, if Inferno's playing. I haven't seen Inferno for ages. I'll host him. Right, anyways. That is me done for today. Don't know what's happening tomorrow. I do feel like stream attempts have been kind of putting me off, so I might need to try and put some time into just doing some offline attempts. So tomorrow there may not be a stream. It's not because the Soup played. It just happens to be conveniently timed in that regard. And it was suggested by Scorpy that I try and do some offline sessions at some point as well. Just to try and get into the groove of things. If I do PB tomorrow, however, if I do finally get the 0.3 off stream, I will probably start a stream. And depending on the 0.3 and depending on what time I get it at as well, I might carry on with some attempts on stream. Who knows? I doubt it though. I doubt I will probably get closer than I usually do on stream, but I wouldn't get anything as per normal. Which is sad, but it's what we're working with what we got. Anyways, that is it from me. Take it easy, everybody. Hope you have a good night. Wish all the best of luck to Inferno. Support him well. And enjoy his streams. I believe he's streaming with time trials and everything. The overall views on my stream are now 8,345, which is Tatsuya's PB numbers, 118,345, which is kind of cool. Just thought I'd point that out there before I finish off. I'm procrastinating. I apologize. Goodbye. See you another day.